Hello, welcome back to more Kinkoi. She says, shall we call it a day?
早く帰りたい。早く帰って寝たい。今日のことはすべて夢だったと思いたい。
Okay, you go do that.
お迎えに上がりました。
I was in the long limousine again. That massive limo made its way over again. But
大通りの方が本当ですか？
what's happened? Hmm? The navigator looked upset by something they heard on their cell phone.
隊長、エロいな隊長。よろしいですか？私なんかをまだ隊長と呼んでくれるんですか？
Is he not the captain?
はい、大通りが事故で渋滞しているそうです。抜けるにはかなりかかるかと。
この車では学園に戻るには一度大通りに出なくてはなりません。寮に戻るには 2,3 時間かかりますな。
Such horrible maneuverability that's effectively useless, huh?
小さい車数台を回すにはシルビア様がおられる以上タクシーというわけにもいきませんし、同じくらい時間がかかります。
We were running out of ways to make it home.
2、3時間か。歩いた方が早そう。みんな、両組は歩いて帰ろっか。
Do they?
よろしいですか？
そうしていただけると助かります。領事館に戻るだけなら大通りは避けられますので。
歩きなら30分もかからないし。
Take half an hour on foot?
食べ過ぎの腹ごなしにちょうど良さそうですわ。むしろマストでカロリー使いたいよね。歩きますか。
Yeah, I guess so.
姫様は違います。
What? Why not her?
申し訳ございません皆様。最後までお見送りもできずに。
But how are you guys gonna get back home?
いいっていいって。
With all that settled, the boarders decided to walk back.
ちょっと食べ過ぎだったし、デブブの虫退治にはちょうどいい運動だよね。
All on crepes, huh? You need to walk about 100 times further to burn off all those calories you consumed.
黙れ小僧。曇りなき眼で見なくていい真実もあるんだ。
Well, excuse me, princess. Except you're not a princess. I wound up sticking with Reina on the way back, so there were no awkward silences to worry about. Josasaku was still gloomy, but Kaga and the rest were chatting enough that I didn't need to say anything. On top of it...
あれ、暗くなっちゃった。
Oh man, walking in the dark. The sun went down. The trees were dense on this hill, so instantly went dim the second the sun started to set.
寒くなりそう。しゃあね、こっからは走ろっか。
We can transition to running now? That came out of nowhere.
急じゃないっしょ。最初そういう話だったっしょ。
I guess she was right. It felt like such a long time ago.
まあ寒いし、そうしますか。
What are you gonna do?
早く帰りたいですしね。
おーし、走るぞ。
Akane-chan's here.
なんか出た。
What popped out?
走るという単語が聞こえたので来ました。
Oh, she's just jogging on her way here or something?
私が先導しますので、行きましょう、皆さん。シャダッシュ。私が先導しますよ。
Okay, bye-bye. How fast can they run, though? All the girls got pumped up and broke out into a sprint.
待ってよ。
She was one of the girls, too. Everyone else took off running, and I followed up at the end. Just not saying anything right now.
なぜ後ろについてくるんです。さっさと行ったらいいじゃない。
He started off late. What are you talking about? Someone reasonably fast has to take the rear when you run in a row like this to make sure nobody slower gets left behind on their own. As the only guy here, I'm also taking the rear. Basically, we got left behind because you're too slow. You're so slow, it's almost terrifying. Kaigo's one of the slowest out of the bunch, and I couldn't even see her anymore. I noticed Yoshitake's reflexes were awful, but she was slow too. Your rhythm and breathing intervals while you're on are flawless. Your running technique isn't wrong. It's not like your shoes are bad or anything. How can a living creature be so slow in spite of all that? Maybe running is a behavior that science hasn't actually fully caught up to yet. Man. Well, from here, it ought to be a 5-minute run to the dorm, so it's hardly an issue. Things wouldn't take a turn for the awkward as long as we kept moving. Yoshitake was the only one uneasy since she was effectively keeping me waiting. Not gonna happen. That would be a huge waste since a certain high-class lady is too frustrated to take a gentleman's kind offer. My goodness, nobles sure are prideful, aren't they? To think you can so carelessly trample on another person's heart. Well, she's got some issues. That's just your own guilty conscience talking. If you can't accept kindness from others, then who really is the crude one here? I could 100% win any verbal argument right now. Besides, it got her to pick up the pace. That seemed to light a fire under her. We made it to the dorm in no time. Raina and the rest were already inside, and they waved to us upon our arrival. Alright, time to head in. She can't see in the dark either, even with all these lights? What's wrong, Yoshitake? Oh, she's actually thanking us. She thanked me for guarding the rear and went inside. No matter how irritated she got, she refused to be impolite. She really was a rich girl at her core. Clang! She stubbed her toe or something. What happened? There's only a 3-step climb in front of the entryway, and she suddenly crouched down while holding her leg. Had she hit it? She practically took off running to get away. And that sort of a run worn her out physically? Couldn't be. Yeah, I went in. There's a glare in my eyes from running out in the dark. I kind of like this sensation, though, although for no real reason. Phew! That last part had been kind of unique, contributing to an unespecially fun day. Although it had given me a lot to think about. Oh yeah. Hey Rhea, you here? She's just invading her room. I discovered something else you and Yoshitake have in common. Actually, Oh, she's just already here? You were here? That scared me. She hadn't even changed. She must have highlighted it straight to Rhea's room. You got here awfully quickly. What's up? Did you come to tell her how cool of a gentleman I was for taking the rear? I was guarding her backside. I made sure to match your speed. You were panting so much that I went nice and slow for you.
こっちがヘトヘトになったのは同じです。
Don't worry about it. She's in a bad mood since I caught her in a compromising position earlier.
あのことはもう言わないでくださる？
I must have forgotten about that because I haven't played this for a few days.
大体あなたのせいじゃない。あなたのせいで顔に白いドロドロがついたんだから。
Oh, white sticky stuff. Let's make that the title. That only happened because you weren't paying attention to where you were looking.
あなたがやれと言ったんじゃない。
I just told you it was going to spill.
結局何があったんだ。エロいことなんて全然知らない清純派の俺にはお前らの言葉を聞いても何一つわからん。
Don't sweat it. She's always angry.
なんですって？
And she's angry about that too.
ああ、それはこいつに賛成。喧嘩するなら出てけ。俺は飯にするから。
What you gonna have for dinner? Oh, nice. What are you having? See?
今日はシンプルに焼きおにぎり。
Oh, that stuff was consumed as snacks? Also, I had natto and sardine crepes. So I could go for some rice myself. So let me have some.
いいよ。お前準備な。
On it. I opened the freezer and got dinner prep underway.
また栄養が偏ってる。野菜類はないの？野菜類は。
I had natto.
1、納豆は野菜じゃない。2、あなたの栄養は死ぬほどどうでもいい。
And what about you, just talking? You going to have any? I stopped short just as I was about to open the package of frozen food. There were at least 2 packs of fried onigiri, each with 3 servings. 1 pack would be enough for Ria and me, with her eating 2 of the 3 onigiri. However, I'd need to open the other package if Joe's stocking wanted any.
いらないわよ。さっきのでお腹いっぱい。
You sure? It hadn't been enough for a guy like me, but I guess a single crepe was plenty for a girl. Ria and I would eat alone. Better get them ready. Wait, why are you here then? I had a reason to stick around, but Shizaki made no attempt to leave for whatever reason.
いいじゃない。リアに用があるのよ。悪い？
You're fine, but why don't you at least go change?
あなたに心配されることじゃありません。
I'm sure she worked up a sweat from all that exercise earlier. Go take a shower.
別に私の勝手でしょ。
Don't be stubborn, I'm sure you're drenched.
とりあえずお前らが精神的にセックスしてきたのは分かった。
Oh, that's gonna anger her. She jumped down my throat no matter what I said or did. Whatever, it was her call to make, so I might as well focus on my dinner. Surprised no reaction to that.
おにぎりってさ、このさ、パリポリって外側の部分がほんと好き。
I know what you mean.
シェアしね。俺がパリパリの部分だけ食べるから、お前は中のふわふわの部分だけ食べるの。
I know, but I like the crunchy part too.
ごちそうしがいのねえやつ。
And you're greedy. I guess I could trade if you want, though I also like the soft inside.
いいん？
Let me flip this around and ask, will you be satisfied? The crisp outside is basically just a rice cracker. Eating it inside and all is what makes it fried onigiri.
俺の負けだ。パリパリで食べ始めてふかふかにいって、最後またパリパリに戻る。これでこそ焼きおにぎりだ。
It's a strike in favor of loving fried onigiri for how it's meant to be.
ああ、勉強になったぜ。サンキュー。
Alright, thank you too.
この二人のノリはよくわからないわ。
Ha!
まあ、
Want some?
別に。
Yeah, that's how every girl is. Like, no, I don't want it. And then 2 minutes later, she takes your fries.
食いたいならいいぞ食っても。まだたくさんあるよな。
Enough to make you shirk back at the inside of her freezer. You buy way too much fried onigiri and nothing else.
年末に冷凍庫が空いたから改めて好きなものから詰めてったらついさ。
What can you do? I can help you eat through it starting tomorrow.
ノーサンキューだ。勝手に食うな。俺が食いたい時になかったりしたらおるぞてめえ。だから食いたいなら食えよ。食べたいわけじゃないだろ。
Okay, if you say so.
そのあなたたち随分と仲がいいのね。
Yeah, more or less. Rita and I shared meals a lot these days. We got along perfectly well. Rita does say that meals taste awful without me.
ケータリングで食いたいもんがあるとき、こいつがいると便利なんだよ。頼んだり受け取ったりしてくれて。そういう意味。
If someone feeling insecure.
つまり友達とかそういうのじゃないのね。料理当番、ご飯だけの付き合いなのね。いや、友達は友達。
Yeah, childhood friends, right?
なあ。
We carried on with our meal with this cranky woman between us.
ところでさっきなんて言いかけたん？
I don't know, what was I about to say? What do you mean?
入ってきたとき、俺と綾香の共通点がどうのって。
Oh yeah, I already forgot about that. Oh yeah, just what it sounds like. You're both the opposite of athletic.
俺は運動音痴なんじゃなくて、生まれた時から運動したことないんだっつーの。
Guess you've got me there. That may have been poorly phrased on my part. Have you ever worked out before, Josasaki? It's really concerning how slow you are. It made me wonder if you had a reason for not being able to exercise.
あります？あるか？中学の頃にはもう体育サボり魔だったのに。
Oh, exposing her. She did?
俺とこいつが話すようになったのそれだぜ。毎回サボり仲間。
Oh, she's a little delinquent too. Josasaki, don't tell me.
はい。
This felt wrong about how horribly I teased her for not being athletic. But if she skipped constantly, she might have a similar reason to Ria for not being able to exercise. I only brought up Ria's illness because she's personally okay with it, but as for Josasaki,
心配すんな。そいつのは純然たるサボりだ。
she's a truant.
サボり言うな。体育と聞くと体調が悪くなったのよ。動悸が早まって嫌な汗をかいて。
Break into an awful sweat. Those are excuses of a kid who hated to exercise.
でも水泳とか溺れたり怪我の危険があるスポーツ以外は極力参加はしていたわ。卓球とか。
Table tennis. For a truant, which she's diligent in the oddest of ways.
そうそう。初めて声かけてきたのはプールの授業の時だっけ。ガチで入れなくてプールサイドで見学してる俺にサボり魔が声かけてきたんだ。
So your friendship sparked from cutting class? There's no telling what you'll find out in this world. Hmm? For a second, Josasaki was about to say something. What was it?
ちなみに運動神経以外にも一つ共通点があるんだけど、わかるか？
We can find out in the next episode, so see you guys next time. Bye.